Episode 42 is live with my good friend Brendan. What's going on, Brendan?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Doing good. Glad to have you on the podcast. It's actually been, 3 weeks that we've been trying to do this?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, about 3 weeks. So you're a big sports guy.
Yeah, I love sports.
Ever since I met you, you were playing, I think the first time I ever saw you, you were playing NCAA down in Thomas's, and you're like, hey, what's up? Like, we were already bros from that moment on.
That sounds about right.
So to start off, Weekly Take, I like to start off with a special player who's worn a number. So since we're in episode 42, I have a player who was in the Major League Baseball League who served in the military actually from 1942 to 1944, had 6 All-Star appearances, 1947 Rookie of the Year, 1949 NL batting title, 49 MVP, and he had the first stolen bases in 1947 and 49. That player is Jackie Robinson, big impact in the MLB. Nobody can actually wear the number 42, I believe.
Yeah, it's actually, I think he's the only guy with his number retired all throughout baseball.
Dude, that's pretty fucking cool.
That's pretty awesome. Every stadium has their little Robinson thing.
Yeah.
Jackie Robinson Day, everyone wears 42, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fucking awesome. So, speaking of baseball, you're from the Pacific Northwest as well as me.
Huge Mariner fan.
Huge Mariner fan, but what's going on? So our record right now is 57-80.
Well, they're just doing that total rebuild, and I'm actually okay with it.
Yeah.
They've tried to do rebuilds before, and they just kind of put, I'd say they put lipstick on a pig, and they try to, and then last year they tried to make a run for it. I mean, they had Nelly Cruz, they had Robinson Cano, they had a pretty solid team. They just fell a little short, and finally, they're like, all right, well, we're going to do this, what everybody else in baseball is doing, which people argue if it's good for baseball or not. But, I think there's about 7 or 8 teams that are doing total rebuilds right now. At least I know, like in the AL. The AL is pretty top heavy. I mean, with the Yankees and stuff, it's pretty top heavy.
It's crazy the Yankees weren't good for 2 years. Now they got Judge and they're good, right?
Yeah, and they did a little bit of a rebuild too, but since they have such a big spending ability, they didn't need to do a total rebuild. But those smaller market teams, have to do they got to tear it down. Yeah, they got to do the old Oakland Athletics thing and just do a little bit of Moneyball type stuff.
Yeah,
so.
I haven't seen Moneyball.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Yeah, so I
watched
John
it in
Hammond?
college actually.
Really?
Yeah, it was my it was a class you would actually really liked. It was economics of sports.
Yeah.
Really cool class, and we watched Moneyball. So.
I think that'd be really fun.
And we actually did a Moneyball season.
What?
So what we did is we had, there was probably 6 teams. I think it was 3 teams in each conference, and then we did a draft, and then after the draft we the professor had a simulation thing, and he ran a simulation. So my team, we won the regular season, and then we lost in the first round of the playoffs.
Wait, so what are you drafting? You were after real players?
Real players, yeah.
Okay.
And then we went through a 162 game season where it was simulated. Obviously, it wasn't like a video game where you gotta watch anything, but it just team 1 versus team 2, and then we went through a whole season. At the end of the season, like I said, our team won, but we lost in the divisional round of the playoffs, or the first round.
So you draft together as a team?
Yeah. So
dude, I want to take that class.
Yeah, super cool. I mean, I'm not sure who teaches it anymore. Obviously, that was 6 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. So it's probably a different profession, and it was a grad student that was teaching it anyway. So
that's fucking.
But yeah, it's a cool class.
How many people were in there? 40?
There was probably about. It was a bigger class. I'd say there was about 80 people in there. Yeah, it was a cool class.
So when you did that, did you have a draft team?
Yeah. So yeah, it was. Yeah, we went through a draft, like a fantasy football type draft type thing. Yeah, and then we ran a scenario. Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah, so baseball's a big thing too. I've tried to dip into it. My cousins are really into it as well, and they can name players just like how you just name players off the top of your head.
Right.
And but it's so hard to get into it when your team's bad.
Yeah,
and it's
a long season too. You know, 162 games. It's a long time to sit there and watch your team be bad. So
yeah.
But they're doing good at still getting people out to the ballpark and stuff. They do good promotions, and they've always had a really good marketing department. So
I think they do really. Yeah,
they do really good marketing. So that's pretty much the only thing keeping people interested in Mariner baseball.
Yeah, like Star Wars nights and all these nights.
Yeah, Star Wars night, fireworks, all the firework night, Coug night. I hate the Huskies, but they do a Husky night.
They have to. They're right next to them.
Yeah.
So speaking of Wazoo, to digress into that, I have the Wazoo schedule for all the people who listen. Brendan and I both are Wazoo. Brendan, when did you graduate?
2016.
2016. So the year you graduated was the year I graduated high school.
Yeah.
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 So we just won last night.
Yeah, we kicked
And
some
what
butt.
was your take on that? New quarterback, new season.
Yeah, I was really excited and really happy with the offense. I thought the offense looked really good. Obviously, I'm just a couch watcher. I mean, I'll go to the game, but you know what I mean. I'm not an actual football coach. But what I saw is the offense looked really good, and I mean, we easily the deepest, probably best receiving core in the country. I mean, our receiving core is unreal. I mean, I don't even think Mike Leach has had this good of a receiving core. Now we don't have like a standout guy like when he had, I had his name. He'll come back to me. But anyways, they might not have Michael Crabtree. That's what I was thinking of when he was over at Tech. But
he was at Tech.
Yeah. So, but I mean, there's like 11 or 12 guys that anyone could be a starter on any other team at least in the Pac-12 or even probably in even the SEC or ACC. I mean, they're super deep. I thought the defense. They were all right. They kind of worry me. We have a few injuries now on defense, and then we lost a couple guys last year. We lost Peyton Pleurer back there. We lost Jalen Thompson, which
he's a beast.
Yeah. So it sucks, but I mean, this season's probably gonna be closer to like that 2013 season where we're just gonna have to score a lot of points to win games. So I don't know how much the defense will do us any favors.
Yeah, Thomas was telling me about like he believes that Wazoo has one of the top 3 receiving cores in the country. Yeah, if not number 1.
They're unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
And that's fucking cool to be like, because people around here and people especially back home over on the other side of the mountains, they look at us like, oh, it's just a fucking Cougs. But dude, having the number 1 receiving core has got to be a conversation starter.
Shout out to the students.
Yeah,
man, they showed up yesterday. I mean, there were some games, especially like going in the long weekend, and we came into Pullman on Friday night. Saw a lot of cars going the other way, and I was like, well, a lot of times students don't stick around, but they showed up. I mean, the student section was packed. Obviously, it fizzles out after the end of the first half, but I mean, we were killing them. So, but yeah, shout out to the students and shout out to the alumni too. Yeah, the alumni section was packed too, and a lot of times that section, especially on games like last night, that was like, okay, we're most likely going to win. A lot of times people, it's a long drive. We're in the middle of nowhere here, right? Yeah. So, and it was a 7:00 kick, so it's not like, a lot of people drive down from Spokane, but, the 7:00 kicks makes it tough because you're not home until, 1 or 2 in the morning, even if you live in Spokane with that hour-and-a-half drive. So, but shout out to the fans. They showed up. It was the first game. It was a lot of energy. So
it was cool to see that, we had good energy.
Yeah.
Because, I was guilty of it too. I was like, I don't know. We're going to go kick their ass. But there was a lot of people who ended up going.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. And it's cool to see loyal fans in any sport. So,
right. Yeah.
Like, you go to a basketball game, like when the Sonics were bad, people weren't showing up, and that's, a reason we lost them.
Right.
I fucking hate that we lost the Sonics, man. I'm so
butthurt.
butthurt.
It sucked.
So I'm gonna go down the schedule, and I want you to give me what our possible record could be.
Okay.
You could be, truthful. You could be whatever you want us to be. So
I'll have my Coug. I'll try to take my Coug blinder.
we got Northern Colorado.
They're probably the worst team in the FCS, or at least one of the worst teams. I mean, we need to hang 70 on. We should have hung 70 on New Mexico State yesterday, but we should hang 70 on those fucks.
Okay, so we're 2-0.
I can swear on this podcast.
Yeah,
right?
you can
cool.
say whatever the hell we want. So we're 2-0 going into the year.
2-0.
And we're going to Houston in Houston.
And I'm going to that game.
You're going to that game. But it's not in their stadium.
It's an NRG stadium. Yeah, it's the Houston Advocare Texas football kickoff.
So what is there? Are they playing at like some big old high
They're
school?
playing at the NRG stadium where the Texans play.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be sick.
That's fucking crazy.
It's going to be sick. So the best part is we get to drink beer when I'm watching the game, at the game.
You don't get to drink beer.
Yeah, they don't have beer sales at Martin Stadium, which, come on, WSU, take a listen to this. Yeah, you should start selling beer. UW has a little beer garden that's like behind the stadium, but you can go, it's open all game, or it closes at the end of the third quarter. But like WSU, there's nothing to drink near the stadium.
That's probably why people drink a lot outside.
Yeah, outside or bring it in,
So Houston, what do you think?
They
got a good quarterback.
They got a really good quarterback. It's a new. I think they're going to be a lot like when Mike Leach took over here. That what a lot of I've heard is almost like verbatim of what Leach was saying when he first got here. Is like basically these guys don't know how to work hard. Yeah. I don't think they've had a hard practice, since high school. Yeah. Is kind of what he said. So their defense is questionable. Obviously, it's in Texas, so that's going to help Houston. That gives them a little bit of a home field advantage, even though it's not on their stadium. It's a neutral site game.
Still,
it's like that's bullshit.
Said,
it's like
a mile.
It's like 5 miles from their stadium. So it's like,
why aren't they playing in their stadium?
because it's just a promotional thing and to get more fans and stuff. It's so. But I think Cougs win that one.
Okay, so we're 3-0. Then
3-0.
we're coming all the way back home to play UCLA.
We'll beat UCLA. They suck.
No one's on UCLA anymore?
UCLA looked really bad at their game this week.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost the game they probably should have won, maybe.
No more Rosen.
Yeah, so. And I don't know.
He was a problem anyway.
Chip Kelly, for some reason, Chip Kelly can't seem to figure it out there, which is, it's only his second year, so we got to give the guy some time. But I think the Cougs win that one. We're going to be 4-0 then.
4-0. Yep. So then we play Utah in Utah.
That one's tough. I kind of flip-flop on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Utah's pretty good. I don't think they're as good as people think.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely not as good as Mr. Corso thinks. Lee Corso thinks that they're a dark horse for the college football playoffs. Until they've proven anything to me, So I think it's in Utah. I think it's going to come down to a field goal kick, and I think the Cougs win that one.
Okay, so we're 5-0.
5-0.
So then we're going to play Arizona State in Arizona State or Arizona. Arizona State's not bad,
but I know. Yeah, it's kind of a weird place for the Cougs to play. Yeah, we've had some bad luck there.
Yeah.
I think they lose that game. I think.
Okay, so we drop one to Arizona State.
Drop one to Arizona State,
and then we come back home and play Colorado. So the Buffalo.
Yeah, we win that one.
Okay, and then we play.
So what are we at now? What's the record now?
6-1.
6-1. Okay.
So then we go into Oregon and Eugene to play the Ducks.
Oh man. I'm not on that Oregon hype train, but I mean, going into Eugene's always tough. They have guys, on that team that's never beaten WSU. We beat them. What is it? 5 years in a row now? 4 years in a row?
Yeah.
5 years? I think it's 5. And I think that one's a close one. I think a late field goal, and that one also wins it. And I think the Cougs pull out with another. Until Oregon proves that they can beat us. We'll get to the Apple Cup when talk about that. But until the team proves that they can beat the Cougs, they don't have the number. So.
We beat them 4 times.
They changed up their whole scheme to play us, and we still beat them. So,
yeah. All right, so now we're 7-1. We're going into Cal.
That one's a tough one.
That's a tough place to play at too.
Yeah, it's tough. We've had bad luck there.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, nothing. The Golden Bears, their defense is really good. I think Cal sneaks by us on that one.
Okay,
I mean, their defense is stacked, and that's
6-2.
Yeah, 6-2.
6-2. Coming back home to play Stanford.
Another one. Oh no, I said Oregon changed up their scheme. That was Stanford. David Shaw almost cried because he spent a whole year changing up his scheme just to play the Cougs, and we still beat them. So it was David Shaw.
That was at night too. It was a nighttime game, wasn't it?
No, it was a day. It was a daytime game. Yeah, it was at the farm.
That's what it was.
That's why it's home this year. Yeah, they're another one until they prove to me that they can beat us. Then I think the Cougs win that one.
So now we're. God, I already forgot.
7-2.
7-2. No, I think we were okay. So we beat Colorado.
Yeah.
1. Houston 1. UCLA 1. Utah 1. Drop on Arizona State. 4-1. Colorado we win. Did you say we lose to Oregon or beat Oregon?
We beat Oregon.
Okay, so we're 6-1.
I think I said.
I think we're. Fuck, dude! I already lost.
Okay. What's the next game we're on?
Okay, so we got Oregon State. In Pullman.
Yeah,
we're beating Oregon State.
Oregon State's awful.
Yeah. Then we go into Seattle, Washington for the Apple Cup.
Let's not even talk about that game. No, I think. I mean, it's one of those things. Like I said with the other guys, until we prove that we can beat the Huskies. I mean, I think UW wins that one, but I think we have a good chance this year. I think Anthony Gordon throws a really good ball, and our offense is super stacked. So, but unfortunately, I think we drop one to the Huskies.
Are you believing the hype in Easton?
He looked good.
He
looked good against Eastern Washington. That
Yeah.
guy. I mean, he's 6'6" and got a cannon of an arm and
Yeah.
got a swagger about him. So yeah, unfortunately, I
From
hate
Georgia and Lake Stevens.
I hate that he's there. But the Cougars try to see if they can pull one out in Seattle.
Yeah, man. So yeah,
So I think we dropped. I think I said we dropped 3 games or something.
Yeah.
It was
So where do you think that makes us ranked at the end of the year? Or we're not going to even be ranked with 3?
I think we're ranked somewhere in the Probably like where we're at now, 23 to 25 range.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a pretty rough schedule, though.
Dude, it is a gauntlet.
Throwing in Houston, too, like, that could help us, though. If we beat Houston, beat UCLA and Utah, those are 3 commanding pretty big teams for us, you know. And like you said, gauntlet, we have Oregon, Cal, Stanford.
Dude, we have the worst road schedule of any team. It sucks. At least we have 2 byes this year, though.
We have 2 byes?
We have 2 byes, yeah.
So in that situation, is that because we just couldn't get a game, or we would rather have a bye?
It's just the way the schedule worked out. I don't know the logistics on how that all works. But.
Oh, okay. All right, man. So Wazoo football has been a thing that you've been identifying with for a long time. I see you got the... Where'd you get your shirt, by the way?
This is a shout out to Greg Garrity. He's actually a Husky fan, but this is a game-worn David Rollins jersey from Coug Night with the Rainiers.
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's where there's a Rainier R on there, you know.
Oh, okay.
So.
I know. I always see you rocking that one.
Yeah, it's a sweet one.
Fucking dope.
So it's super fun.
Not a lot of people have it.
No,
too.
yeah, I never see anybody else with this.
Yeah,
it's fucking sick.
That's what's cool about it. You know, I think that's another thing with things too. You want to be original.
Right.
But so you're a big hockey guy.
Yep.
I'm not a hockey guy whatsoever. So enlighten me on what's going on in the hockey world. Seattle needs to get a team.
Seattle's getting a team.
Yeah.
It's 2021, I believe, is when they're going to take the ice for the first time, and they're going to be playing in the old Key Arena. They're renovating that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're getting a hockey team. Unfortunately, we don't have a name yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good for the city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not a huge basketball guy, but you know, people obviously love the Sonics, and so they'll probably get them back eventually. You know, so it puts us into a spot where we have all the major sports again. You know,
Yeah.
Right
and
now
it definitely helps our city too.
Oh, 100%.
You know, brings people in. You know, people go to restaurants, people go to the mall,
Right.
and it's like, wasn't the problem is that they didn't want to build the arena?
Yeah, there's a lot of politics that are involved in it. But yeah, they finally made it happen, and we're getting a hockey team, so it's gonna be sweet. And we're gonna be in a tough division. We'll be in a division with the Sharks, San Jose. We'll be in a division with Vegas. They're gonna move Arizona out of the Pacific and put them in the Central, and then the Seattle team's gonna be in the Pacific.
So we're the only team that's getting added?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, there's. In the West, I believe it's the West, they have like 2 less teams in that conference. So I think they're planning to add another team at some point. So
that'd be cool.
Because I think right now there's 30 teams. I want to say there's 30, and we make 31, so I think they'll go to 32.
Yeah, might as well make it even.
Yeah.
Because I remember that was the big thing. Like, everyone's like, oh, just add the Sonics back to the league, but there's already 30 teams. You can't,
right.
you know, make it, you know, unfair, I should say.
Right.
But yeah, man. So who do you cheer for? You know, obviously before, and I know when we get our team, you'll be that team. But who do you cheer for?
They'll be my West team. My team that I cheer for. I'm the New Jersey Devils fan.
Mm-hmm.
So got into them back in the old Martin Brodeur days, and so it's just a fun team to watch. And they played a defensive style of hockey, which I like to watch. They had some guys who could just fucking hit.
Mm-hmm.
They had Scott Stevens, and God, that fucker could just run people over. Yeah, been a Devils fan for a long time, and so you know, when Seattle shows up, they'll be my West team, but I'll always be a Devils fan. So if I go to a game, I'll wear Devil stuff. So
yeah. So you're saying if the Devils come to Seattle, you wear Blue Devils?
I'm 100% rooting for the Devils. I can't leave the team, that I've been cheering for my whole life, you know. So
how long has it been?
I was in 6th grade when I became a Devils fan.
Oh, damn. Yeah. And you just chose them because you liked them in the game?
So it's actually funny. I was playing NHL hockey, and I was playing as the Washington Capitals, and I was winning, like I was playing like a franchise mode or whatever, and I was playing like I was playing a game. I was winning the game like 7-0 or 8-0, and the team I was playing came back and beat me, and I rage quit. And I rage quit the season. So then I was kind of playing with a couple teams, and finally I just randomly chose the Devils, and Martin Brodeur gave me a shutout, and I never got shutouts in that game. So my first game with him, I got a shutout. So I was a Devils fan ever since.
That's actually how I became a Raven fan.
Oh, really?
My cousin like whooped my ass as the Ravens, and I was like, "Fuck, man, I like this team."
Right.
And then from then, it's crazy how much Madden and stuff. A lot of people like to harp on video games and stuff, but how much some things like that can impact your life.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You know what I mean? I know some people who've gotten into fighting and being in cage fighters or something because of Mortal Kombat. Yeah. And like that's cool.
Right.
And that's what it's meant for. And a lot of people like to blame the whole, I don't want to bring it political, but oh, well, this game makes people violent. It's like, yeah, but, eating Twinkies makes you fat.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's just bad people that do bad things, right?
Yeah.
And then they need something to we always need something to blame it on. Right? There needs to be a root cause of why did somebody do this? It has to be the video games. Blame the video game, right? So,
it's the easy thing.
Yeah, it's the easy way out. It's maybe this guy's just fucked up in the head and needs some help, right? So.
Yeah. But no, it's so hockey started early for you. I know you and Connor, Thomas's brother, were big hockey guys, and you guys even played, and then you even coached a couple years ago. How'd that go?
I'm still coaching, actually.
You're still coaching. How?
Yeah, we start Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday's our evaluation skate.
Fuck yeah.
I coach little 9 and 10-year-olds. So
are they badass?
Yeah, little squirt ages. They call them squirts. Well, now it's 10U because politically correct.
Yeah.
But fuck that. We're on a podcast. I can say what the fuck I want. But no, yeah, coach little 9 and 10-year-olds are super super cool, super fun. They keep me young, keep me on my toes, and but yeah, I coach Everett Youth Hockey and just enjoy that. And I decided to be an assistant coach though. Last year was my first year being an assistant coach. I was the head coach before that, and I was just like, it's too much work for something you don't get paid for.
Yeah.
And I'm a Coug season ticket holder, so there's a couple games in the beginning that I missed, and that angered some parents that I was missing for come to Cougar football, which I can understand, right? So
yeah.
my head coach knows about me having all the home Coug games are in his calendar, so he knows if I'm going to be at the game. Or not.
So he's like,
now I got to follow the Coug schedule because of you. And
is he a Husky fan?
I don't know who he cheers for, honestly.
Gonzaga.
No, he's originally from California, so he might like a California school. I have no idea. Anyways.
Oh, Jim Mora, your favorite person.
Oh, fuck, I hate Jim Mora. That guy sucks.
That was my first Coug game. I got to see you scream Jim Mora.
I hate you, Jim Mora. Yeah. Like, well, when the Cougs played down there the year before, he had guys freaking headhunting.
Yeah.
Like, they were headhunting Luke Falk all day and, like, just doing dangerous things. So, like, that guy sucks. Fuck him.
So enough on the Jim Mora.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, these little kids playing hockey though. That's fucking, like you said, keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
And dude, I couldn't imagine being a fucking coach. Like I would want to, but like that shit's hard work. Like I seen my cousins coach, and my cousin coached me, and he, you don't get paid.
Yeah, you don't get paid.
And you're there they're there just as much as we are at practice.
Right.
And then they're there closing up, and then they're dealing with the parents and the fans.
Right.
It's like, I get, like, say I miss a shot, I just got to deal with the fans.
Right.
And like, oh, how do you miss that? He's got to deal with, why did you put him in? What,
Yeah.
It's constant.
Parents are fucking ruthless, man. They are something else. Let me tell you what. If they have an opinion of you, man, they take it and run with it. So
did you get in any fights with any parents?
Yeah, I had a few things happen that made me decide that I didn't want to be a head coach
What
anymore.
happened? So if you don't mind sharing.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. One time I was up in Canada actually, and it was so the next year, it was after my first year coaching, and I was coaching like this spring team. So let me back up and kind of give you context of this all. So they were supposed to have Mitch Love and Brennan Sawney, who were Silvertip coaches, be the coaches of the spring league team. So there's like this select spring league, whatever. Well, there was some miscommunications. Those guys never even knew that they were supposed to be doing it. They weren't even supposed to. They just, for marketing purposes, they used their names, and they shouldn't have. And anyways, so then they get stuck with me and another kid who were both in their first year coaching as the coaches. We were the head coaches. So you go from almost having a Silvertip coach to having me. So you can understand, like, people are a little upset at the beginning.
Like it's your fault, too.
Yeah, like it's right. And I'm volunteering my time for these kids. But anyway, so I was scouting for my team for the next year because I was coaching the 10U select team.
Yeah.
So I had to be at the rink to scout for that, and we were going to Canada with that travel team, and wow, I lost my train of thought there.
Your travel team.
Yeah, so travel team, and so I have to miss the first 2 games, and then so I drive up there, and then
From Pullman?
Oh no, this was back when I was on the west side.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I drive from Everett. So I missed the last session of the scouting to get up there to coach the last 2 games of the tournament. Well, we played called Burnaby Winter Club, and it's like a select school that kids go to school, and then it's like a hockey program. Like, yeah, so it's like
damn,
super big deal and everything. And I didn't know we were playing them. We just were getting rocked, and the kids were being a-holes. And so I laid into them. I was dropping F-bombs. This was going like our intermission break, going to the third period. I'm like, you guys need to fucking pull your heads out of your asses, blah, blah, blah. I let them have it. And they were 12, like they were 11 and 12-year-olds.
But still, they should.
Yeah, I let them have it. Anyways, so I had a guy coach on the bench with me, and he wasn't really my assistant coach. I just had him helping out. So the next game, going to the last game, he decides not to come on the bench. I think he's all pissed off at me for yelling at the kids. I apologized to the kids. Everything was fine. And then we come off the ice, and I was like, basically made this like a comment. I was like, thank God this is over, because it was just a shit show. And the mom just fucking in front of everybody, like ripping me, like, you're the worst coach ever. You're a disgrace to ever youth hockey, and blah blah blah.
Wow.
And yeah, it was fucking brutal. And I fucking go into the dressing room. And I just start like crying.
Yeah.
My manager comes, gives me a hug, and then the director of the tournament comes in. She's like, don't let anyone ever talk to you like that. Like, what you do for these kids are so amazing. She gave me a big hug. She's like, don't give up coaching. And so I come out, and then she like pulls me aside on my walk out, and she hands me a like a puck that from the tournament. She's like, you're the MVP of the tournament. So that was really cool. But,
Damn.
That was really nice. But yeah, so that happened. And then there's this another one where I changed the captaincy halfway through the year, and there's some parents that did not like that, because of course their kid got their captaincy. But it wasn't like I was just trying to let other kids have it, and so
you weren't like, yeah.
And I got you get these emails that are this long, like, trust is broken. Like, what trust is broken? And I changed the cap. It's a little, these were 9 and 10-year-olds at that time too. There's like,
and the thing is, the kids don't even. They're like, oh, okay,
yeah, whatever. One of them was sad and was wondering why he got his captain take away, and I just explained to him, hey, like, I just want somebody else to be able to enjoy being a captain. Like, it wasn't anything against him. So, anyways, that was a kind of my second year coaching was my most troubling year. So then my last year, I decided I'm gonna just be an assistant coach.
Yeah.
And that was way better. And then actually halfway through the year, I became the head coach, because there's a whole bunch of things that you have to do with USA Hockey to be a coach. There's a bunch of, like, you have to do safe sport training. You got to do, you got to have your USA Hockey membership. You have to do a background check, and you have to take these classes specifically, for your age group and stuff like that. Anyways, my head coach hadn't gotten everything done in time, and there's like hard cutoff at December 31st. You have to have everything done, or you can't coach. And so I ended up having to take over. But by then, Coug football's over.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not missing games, so it wasn't a big deal. But yeah, so this no big deal. Everyone needs to listen. Speaking of hockey, everyone needs to listen to Spit and Chicklets. It's a great fucking podcast. A couple ex NHL players, and then just they talk about the funniest shit. They get on they get on current players. They get on old players. They're just funny as shit. So everyone needs to listen. If you like hockey, listen to Spit and Chick. It's a Barstool podcast, so it's good.
Barstool's fucking badass.
Barstool's fucking great.
I want Weekly Take to get something like Barstool, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that'd be
I want to
sick.
start getting. I want to build like a network for Weekly Take.
Right.
So I'm gonna need. Eventually, I'm gonna need photographers. I'm gonna need like a team of writers.
Right.
And I'm gonna kind of try to make it like that, where we go around colleges, campuses. And I want to do actually for Cougar football, I want to have like a Weekly Take stand and like talk about the game pregame. So kind of like a college game day, but it'll be like Weekly Take game day.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
But I don't know the permissions I have from the school to do that. So I got to figure out who I got to talk to.
Yeah, it's all the legal, just the legal department.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you can just like email somebody HR, and they'll direct you to the right person to talk to. So, how many people are listening to the Weekly Take? What do you have?
So Weekly Take is about 45 subscribers right now.
Okay,
and
nice.
Weekly Take actually has a lot more consistent listeners than DJP, because people like to learn about sports, and that's what's really cool about it.
Right.
And it's slowly getting to that point where people are, hey, what are you talking about this week? And it's pretty cool.
Right.
And DJP obviously is a little bit different and has more viewers just because of the sole reason not everybody's into sports.
Right.
A lot of people can relate to just everyday things.
Just everyday shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people like to, not to toot the Weekly Takes horn, but it's getting better and better.
Right.
Same with both of them.
Except then you bring on a guest like me. And
Dude, I think people will like the diversity of hockey. No, I've never talked hockey on here ever.
Yeah, no, everyone should. I mean, hockey's changed a whole bunch, right? Because of the whole head injury stuff, right? Yeah. So it's not as physical as and just kids don't hit like they used to, and like kids don't. There's no excuse me. They haven't like taken fighting out of the game, but it rarely happens anymore. Yeah. Which is sad, because that fighting policed the game. And you knew, like, hey, if I'm out there and I'm with their best players on the ice, I can't take a cheap shot at him, because someone's going to come kick my ass because I just hurt their superstar, right? So it policed the game. Now it's like people just run people and stuff cheaply because it's like they know they're not going to have to pay for it, right? So yeah, there's a lot of it's gone more towards the European style, which I don't like. It's a lot of fast skating, and it's like super technical now, which is kind of cool to watch and stuff. But I mean, it's just not as exciting, right? I mean, it's almost like hitting out of football, right? Playing flag football, right? I mean, they're still hitting hockey, but it's just not like they used to. And but I still love the sport. I still play it. I still coach it. I just don't watch it really as much as I do. And I still follow it. Like I know all the names, like Johnny Gaudreau and Taylor Hall from my Devils, and I listen to the Spit and Chicklets podcast, so I get a lot of stuff from there. But I love when they have old guys come on. They just talk about the shenanigans that used to happen.
Yeah.
That shit doesn't happen anymore. Like even in football, like Kenny Stabler would bring his playbook to the bar to and drink a beer, smoke a cigarette, and read his playbook the night before a game. I mean, like that shit doesn't happen anymore. No starting quarterback sitting in a bar smoking a stogie, drinking beer and reading his playbook. Everyone's on this like regimented diet and everything, and everything's all. I mean, it's a business, right?
It is a business. I think they're slowly becoming just a big corporate.
Oh, it's just a giant corporate. I mean, they rake in so much money.
Yeah, dude. I can't even think about how much money the NFL makes. You know what? I'm gonna look that up, and then we're gonna just talk about fucking
it's
bullshit.
a couple. I think it's in the billions.
It's gotta be.
It's in the billions. It's fucking. It's unbelievable how much money they make.
How much money did the NFL make last year?
It's probably fucking huge.
So this is 2018. How much money did the NFL make in 2018? According to the Green Bay Packers, the annual report, the NFL earned over $8.1 billion in national revenue, meaning each team received about $255 million in national revenue.
That is fucking crazy.
Dude, $8.1 billion.
That's a lot of money, dude.
Where do you think it's coming most from?
TV revenue.
Yeah,
that's the biggest part. It's the TV revenue.
The networks and like allowing them.
I mean, why do you think like this is an NFL, but like college? Like, why do you think like a lot of times we get shitty, time slots for the Pac-12 because it's all about the TV money. They could care less what the stadium's like, really.
Yeah.
They want it's all about the TV money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the CBS picks up your game.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to be paying Alabama a lot of money to be like, hey, can we record here? And they're like, I don't know.
I will say the one good thing about the Pac-12 is that revenue sharing they do have. So it's like it doesn't make the conference top heavy, right? I mean, like let's say UCLA is playing or USC is playing and they're playing on, CBS and stuff. And there's a couple, they make a couple $1 million off it or whatever it is, how much money they make. It's evenly spread out through the Pac-12. So we get the same that they get, that UW gets, that Arizona State get. Everybody gets the same. So
Alabama gets more, right?
And I'm not sure the SEC works. I think it is, top heavy like that, but which is super nice. So like, I mean, obviously we're in Pullman, right? I mean, we have a 30-something thousand seat stadium, and so like it just makes it so we're kind of on an even playing field with everybody. Obviously, there's a whole fucked up thing with the Pac-12 network because it's a shitty network and nobody gets it. And Larry Scott, our commissioner, is a fucking idiot. I hate that guy. It was funny. When I was here on the game day weekend, he was walking through the tailgate lot, and I was standing at the tailgate lot, and I didn't recognize him, but he had all these. Of course, he had all his suits with him, right? He had all like his bodyguards and stuff, and people were booing him and stuff. And it took me 2 seconds. He walked right by me. I had no idea, and I was like, "Fuck, it's Larry." I was like, "Fuck you, Larry Scott." Yeah, he sucks.
Wait. Last year, did we not have
He's
a team?
He's the highest paid commissioner, and he runs this fucking conference like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, like who made the championship last year?
It was UW and
so we did have a.
No, they didn't make nobody made the playoffs. I thought you were talking
from
about
the Pac-12, right?
Yeah, nobody made.
That's fucked.
UW went to the Rose Bowl, but that wasn't a part of the playoff.
That's why it should be 8.
They should have 8 or at least 16, or at least 8, maybe 16.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they would have had 16, like the Cougs ended up 10, we would have squeaked in probably for the playoff, right? Actually, no, I think we were below 16 by the time we got to 10 after we beat Iowa State. But anyways, like it would just make it like cool. That gives like, because then you get there's 5 power conferences, right? Yeah. And it sucks that it's a 14 playoff, so one conference is going to get left out, or maybe 2 conferences if you get 2 from one conference that go in. But it's like stupid. Like you have 5 major conferences battling for these 4 spots. Why not make it so the winner of each conference gets in, And then you add in like 2
Independent.
at-large bids, so it'd be like maybe your Boise State, so a team from the Mountain West, something like that. Maybe the next 5, the group of 5 after the Power 5, and so you get a team like that, and or you'd get maybe one conference does deserve to have 2 teams in, right? So it makes it just better, and then it gives the Cougs find the way to squeak in. I mean, anything can happen at that point, right? But it would give these schools actually opportunities, because right now there's maybe 5 to 10 teams that real logistic or actually have an opportunity to make it. Realistically, that was the word I was looking for. Realistically, have an opportunity to make it. And this is bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean, but. And I think it would just help college. I mean, college football already makes a shit ton of money, and they're not paying their players. I mean, you're making all this money.
Fucked.
You don't have to pay your workforce. Like, what a fucking business model that is.
What business gets away with that?
Yeah, right. I mean, shit. But they always hide behind its amateurism, and they also hide behind the fact that
free education.
Yeah, we're giving them free education. So, well, not everybody on the team's on scholarship. You don't have to be a scholarship player to be on the team. So. Anyways, that's a whole nother subject we don't need to get into. But
no, but it's like if the Big Ten didn't have a team that got in,
right,
they'd be crying about it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
We don't get a team in, we're like, we're pissed.
Right.
But like, what if SEC didn't get a team in?
Oh, fuck.
Imagine how fucking butthurt they'd be.
Yeah.
That rule would be changed like
that. In a heartbeat.
But since it was us, they're like, they don't,
Yeah, the Southeastern Conference really, definitely controls everything.
Yeah. And I get it.
Yeah.
They have, they're top heavy though. I was talking this about Thomas. It's like they have Bama, Auburn, Georgia, and then just steep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're very top heavy. They're very. I think top to bottom, the Pac-12 is the best conference in the goddamn country. I agree with Mike Leach on that 100%. I mean, because that's the shitty part. Like, that's what hurts us.
Any given Saturday,
anyone could. I mean, you'll have when we went through the schedule, right? I mean, like Arizona State's not a good school, but it's a bad matchup for us, right? Any given time. I mean, Alabama rarely loses, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and it hurts our conference, and it's like, well, you guys have a 2-loss team that won your conference. It's like, yeah, because they had to play a fucking hard team every week, and they don't do that bullshit thing that Bama does and play an FCS school the week before rivalry week. They always play this bullshit non-conference game, like at the very end of their season, so they can rest up for the Iron Bowl. Which is
let's look at Alabama's schedule.
Who do they play before they play Auburn?
Okay, yeah, I'll look that up. So we got Alabama schedule, 2020, or is it 2019?
We're 2019.
Oh, okay. Dude, they make so much money too.
Oh, fuck.
My buddy goes to Bama, but he doesn't play.
Yeah, but their education kind of sucks.
Yeah, like he's fucking smart, bro. He's fucking.
Oh yeah, not saying there's not smart people there.
Oh yeah. Okay, so here we go. So the game before the Iron Bowl, they play.
Probably like Troy.
They played WCU.
WCU.
They're unranked.
Yeah, there's some small.
But 2 games before that, they play LSU. But. Oh yeah, LSU's in the SEC too, aren't they? Yeah. So you're right. You look at that. They have 2 unranked games before the Iron Bowl.
Yeah, and who's WCU? Click on them.
That's
who even is that?
That is Western Carolina Catamounts.
Like, Jesus Christ, that's who you're playing before? Like, that's such bullshit. And they also play one less. They play 4 non-conference games.
Yeah.
We play fucking more conference games in a harder conference than anybody else, and it's a bunch of bullshit that the Pac-12 gets looked down. Like, because, Oregon lost to Auburn. And it's like, well, it was a good game, and like.
They were in it.
Yeah, it was a fine game. Actually, they probably should have won. They kind of blew it.
Yeah.
But, the narrative about the Pac-12 is kind of BS. But we also have an idiot commissioner running it, highest paid commissioner, and he runs the conference like a donkey show. It's bullshit. But
well, isn't there more teams in the Pac-12? Is that why he gets paid more?
No, just because that's the way they've set up there. I mean, that's his contract he's got, which I don't know why they keep renewing his contract.
How much money do you think that guy makes?
He makes a couple million doing that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit for what he does.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, 39 minutes in.
39 minutes.
We got a lot of We did a lot of topics today, man.
Yeah.
That's
this
awesome.
was super fun, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah.
I got to get on the DJP podcast so we can talk live stuff.
Of course, man. Yeah. So, yeah, what do you got going on? What do you want people to know about you? Where can they find you?
Yeah. Let's see. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter. I don't even know my Instagram. It's Brendan Smith 64. My Twitter is, I think it's b.smith64. No, it's Coach _Smith 09.
Okay.
That's my Twitter. Also, check out the Coug Center podcast and check out Coug Center for all your news for Cougar football. They do a great job over there. And they have good podcast. They have 2 podcasts that they run. They run the Coug Center Hour with Michael Preston, and then they have Podcasts versus Everybody.
Yeah.
And I like the Coug Center Hour a little bit better, but it's still fine. Both of them are good. They do good previews and post game stuff and there's 2 a week during football season, and then so you check them out. That's another good podcast.
I want to start listening to them. I want to actually work with them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, they seem like good guys. I don't know how you get in with them. They have their emails on their website, so you just can email them. But super nice, super good guys that do a good job and talk Cougar football, and it's a nice way to get through your day when it's the middle of the doldrums of the week and you're looking forward to Cougar football for the weekend. So,
right on, man. Well, fuck. This has been a great episode, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Episode 42.
42. Big old
Brandon
Jackie
Smith.
Robinson.
Yep.
Yeah, have a good one.
All right, have a good one.